One man will become many. We are not alone out here.
Listen to my song. Excitement. Oh, God, no need to panic. Just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right, we get it, blah, blah, blah.
Get ready for an adventure unlike any you've ever seen.
What is that?
Or heard.
My delicate ears can't take it no more.
Prepare yourself for laughter, tears, and moments of neither. Get set for the voice to end all voices. The master of mouth, the king of characterization, prince of pronunciation, the infinite impersonator, the architect of audible, the one, the only. Is anybody buying this yet? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage every voice you've heard and will hear, including this one, is James Arnold
Curtain was open then, huh? So you saw all that. Well, I'll have to work on that cue later, guys. Thank you so much. Well, welcome to Obi Wan and Beyond. I am James Arnold Taylor. And, most of you probably know me as the voice of Obi Wan Kenobi on Star Wars: The Clone Wars. But I've got to tell you, my career as a voice actor started a long time ago. In a studio far, far away. Before the Force brought Obi Wan and I together. But what is a voice actor, huh? Well, basically, someone who spends their time in a little padded room talking to themselves. And in my career, I have done an awful lot of that. I love to perform, and at times I've had to overcome a lot of things to do it. But I feel that your dreams are always worth pursuing, and I hope to share with you a little bit about my story to encourage you to pursue your story and make it your own. And since it is Star Wars weekends, I ought to get a hand from my alter ego, right? So, help me, Obi Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Yes, James, I'm here. Well, I see you have some friends. Welcome, everyone, to Star Wars weekends. I should be checking in throughout the show to see how you're doing, James. So, do be mindful.
Oh, of the Force?
No. Of the time. Move along.
Move along. Move along. Move. How does he do that? For me, it was always about voices and sounds when I was a kid. I could spend hours as a kid pretending to be different people in different places. It was the theater of the mind, and it was my escape from the troubles around me. Where I first learned about voices was tapes of old radio plays from way back when. They were great, and they were what started it for voice actors. I mean, let me put it this way.
What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
So who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The fellow playing first base.
Who is on
First. Well, what are you asking me for?
Say anything you word, win $100.
Well, now, really?
Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Bravo. I love you, Marco.
We all love you, child, but...
There's someone else, isn't there?
Mozart.
No. Then why don't you tell me who this is?
Hello, Margo.
Sports!
The champ is looking to be in bad shape. The challenger's got him on the ropes. He's getting to the left, and a right, and a left, and a right, and still another left, and another right. Music. Baby, how sweet can be. Like sugar from a candy tree. Honey kisses from the vine. News! Dateline, Europe, 1945. The German High Command surrendered their forces to the Allies. Hitler minions have given up the fight. And suspense.
I'm telling you, whatever you do not open that door.
But I must see.
Trust me, nothing can prepare you for what is on the other side.
But Hello, Marco. Yes, the world of entertainment at your fingertips through the miracle of radio.
What fun stuff. Now, the other thing that taught me about voices was animation, or cartoons as we called them back then. And in school, I would entertain my classmates when the teacher wasn't looking. Not bad. Where did all that hair go? But I would entertain them with recreations of my favorite cartoons. It was great because this was before the internet and YouTube and all, DVDs, DVRs. VCRs were brand new back then, and they cost, everybody remember, like $1 million to get one. They were really hard to find. So basically, I was T-Bone.
Open the door!
Hello.
You would pay the rent yet, mouse?
Gee, Mr. Sheriff. What, right, Goofy?
Oh, right, Mickey.
Right, Donald? Donald? Uh-oh. Yeah, I can never actually talk like Donald, but I can sneeze like him. That's good. Now, thank you. So then, I became a teenager, and I still like to recreate scenes, but a little better. Anthony Michael Hall from 16 Candles. I'd still recreate scenes, but now they were from my favorite movies.
Too bad the whole leaders don't know you the way I do, Belloc.
Yes, too bad. You could warn them. If only you spoke of leaders. Hakuna Matusu! Hamata!
You can't win, Doc. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Oh, wait a second, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not go with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made... Look out!
It was fun. So soon, I took all this talking to myself to the stage. At the age of 16, I wrote an act and became a stand-up comic. At 17, I got a job at a radio station sweeping up. The pay was consistent. There wasn't any. But, that is until one night when the overnight DJ didn't show up and they asked me to fill in for him. That was pretty cool. See, for months I had been watching the DJs, and I'd study how they use the mics and the equipment. And then at nights, I would go into the production rooms and create my own fake shows and commercials and give them to the boss. He liked what he heard, so he decided to give me a shot. It was like out of a movie. From there, I was on my way. By the age of 21, I moved to Hollywood and syndicated radio, where I wrote, voiced, and produced Dig the Mullet. Thousands of comedy bits for radio stations all over the country. I mean, this was fantastic. I was making a living with my voice. But I loved radio. I just knew that what I really wanted to do was be a voice actor. So I put a demo tape together, and I sent it out every place I could. And with a few years of persistence, I got an agent. Some of my first voice work is playing right here at Disney World's Animal Kingdom ride, Countdown to Extinction. One of my first big animation jobs was for Disney as well. Voice doubling Michael J. Fox for Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I even got to take over for Michael in the sequel, Atlantis: Milo's Return, which is now available on Disney DVD. And they make me do that, but it's great fun to be a voice actor, but it requires a lot of patience and training and auditioning. Now, for those of you that don't know, auditions is where we spend most of our time, trying to get that next job. And you have to be ready to give them whatever they're looking for, and you never know what to expect.
Okay, James, get yourself comfortable. We want you to sound very real, casual, conversational. We're looking to get you to read this in about 1.7 seconds. Don't give it too much emphasis and make sure it's not too announcing, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well, we're rolling here on take one, whenever you're ready.
Use only as directed.
Great. Okay, let's try one a little more conversational.
Use only as directed.
Now more serious.
Use only as directed.
But with a bit of a smile.
Use only as directed.
But also with concern.
Use only as directed.
Maybe more quizzical.
Use only as directed?
What if we needed it in 3.8 seconds instead of 1.7?
Use only as directed.
Okay, now stretch it out, but go back to 1.7 seconds.
Use only as directed?
How about with a German accent?
Use only as directed.
New York, maybe?
Use only as directed.
Hey, British?
Use only as directed.
More Cockney.
Use only as directed.
How about French?
Use only as directed. Directed. Use only as.
What do women sound like?
Woman? Use only as directed.
Whisper.
Use only as directed.
And more staccato.
Use only as directed.
Pianissimo?
Isn't that kind of like whisper?
What's that?
No. Use only as directed.
That sounded like whispered. Can you give us just a regular announcer?
Use only as directed.
Now energize it.
Use only as directed.
Bigger.
Use only as directed.
Bigger and faster.
Use only as directed.
Faster and bigger.
Use only as directed.
Bigger.
Use only as directed.
Okay, stand by. All right, James, we got it. We're actually going to go with, let's see. Oh, yeah, the first take we did. Hey, thanks so much for coming in.
Now you know why it's a padded room. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Fred Flintstone, yeah.
No.
Johnny Test?
No. I was referring to a certain Jedi.
Of course. Plo Koon, right?
Between you and Anakin, why do I bother?
Well, Plo Koon, huh? Anybody like Plo Koon? Awesome character, awesome Jedi, and an awesome honor for me to be the first person to lend voice to him. And greater honor for me is that he's director Dave Filoni's favorite character on Clone Wars. So the direction Dave gave me when coming up with the voice was one word: Gandalf. He wanted that Ian McKellen sound, and well, with a voice like that, it's hard to not sound important. You know, in fact, it's said that a great thespian could read the phone book or stereo instructions and make it sound dramatic, exciting, and compelling.
Stereo speaker installation. Once connecting the left and right speaker interfaces. One must be certain to make the connections properly. For if the cords are not firmly plugged in, no sound shall pass!
Or the phone book.
Smith. John. 316 Willowbrook Lane. 555 42 3 1. Thank you. Thank you.
So, for Plo, I give it my best.
Ian McKellen.
And sound design genius Matthew Wood gives it his best, and with a bit of
Pitching, processing, a Jedi Master's voice is born.
It was always my dream to be at least one famous character or cartoon character, but I never knew that I'd be able to turn on the TV.
Hey guys, sorry we're late. And here...
Next, animation domination continues with
Me,
Hey Lindsay, I miss my friend.
doing so many voices.
Bonnie!
Or play video games with my voice in them. How cool, right?
It's time for you to take up command and help us turn the tide.
Now, on Clone Wars alone, besides Obi Wan and Plo Koon, I get to voice so many different characters. And in the clip you're about to see, every voice in it is me. And if I've done my job right, you may never know that it was me.
We can do this the difficult way or the simple way. The choice is yours.
What's this? What are you eating?
Stand down!
You can't take us home, Jedi.
Would you like to try and prove your theory?
Start the machine. Time for the Jedi to meet with his fatal accident.
Can I help you?
May I help you?
Yes. What seems to be the problem?
This one was faster than most. I've lost the scent.
These are Trandoshans. They're going to release us and hunt us down for sport.
Try and keep up, clone.
You're looking a little too young to be a Jedi.
1,000 apologies, young one.
With regret, I report that my fleet will no longer be able to provide protection for the troops on Rylan.
Senator Tucci, you are given the authority to negotiate a peaceful settlement between the sovereign planet of Pantora and the Tuppence.
It is decided then. Welcome back. I must say you're not at all what I pictured. Someone with such a soft voice. Take them to interrogation. Torture them slowly. Oh well, just another boring day saving the universe.
May the Force be with you.
Me in a little padded room, talking to myself. See, this is how a lot of people that spend their time in front of the camera feel about voice acting. A little crazy and kind of restricted, but you see, when you're doing voice acting, you don't have those good looks to rely on to sell all the information. No, you have to rely on your two little vocal cords to get all the information out, so you can have no inhibitions when you're doing voice acting. What I mean is that you can't worry about making a funny face, or sounding strange, because let's face it, people are strange when you are voicing. Faces can look ugly when you perform, but it's a little Doors joke for myself, but anyways. For me, the show that really puts this to the test is Johnny Test. Johnny Test. Thank you. On the show, I play 11-year-old Johnny, whose genius twin sisters use as their test subject. Get it? Now, it's great fun to be Johnny, and I love being him, but it does require some vocal acrobatics, all of which I have to do, in front of this microphone without a lot of movement. I mean, even if I get turned into a fish and beat up by an angry dolphin. I can't move. But I actually don't feel restricted by it all. I don't know, it's like the voices, they set me free from it, They make me feel like this! Free from the constraints of the vocal booth and the microphone, so I can voice Johnny and many other characters on the show without restrictions.
Imagine a voiceover that can actually turn a boring old day into an exciting movie! Stand back, citizens, for this looks like a job for Johnny X!
Johnny X, our dark vegan will destroy you.
Man, is it hard to breathe with this thing on.
And you'll need some help from me and Mr. Mittens. And me, the beekeeper.
Help!
Porkbelly is under attack by bad guys. But who are these super evil villains, and where in the world is Johnny X to save us? More on that after a word from our sponsor. I'm John B. Try my Miles of Honey Bar.
So are you guys gonna take over the world or the universe or something?
Don't know yet. We're kicking around some ideas.
Ooh, I like Johnny's suggestion of taking over the world. Anyone else taking over the world?
see the voice acting to James Arnold Taylor, huh?
Let's all enjoy a cool beverage.
There's no voice can contain you, James. Well done. I do find it hard to believe that voice comes from the same throat as mine, but...
It's really true and it's really awesome.
Oh my. Let's see a medical droid about this.
Yeah.
Carry on, James.
Well, boy, I hope Obi Wan's okay. You know, it's a bummer he left, though. I was just about to share how he and I came together. See, back in 2002, when I first auditioned for the Jedi Master in the micro series of the Clone Wars, I actually had no idea what I was reading for. I was shocked and humbled to find that I'd be voicing him in a Star Wars cartoon. I mean, this was my two favorite things coming together into a perfect world. But the micro series was exactly that. Micro. At 3 minutes each, the episodes, I'd go in for a recording session and say maybe 2 or 3 lines, most of which were usually, Anakin, Anakin, Anakin. But, now, thank you. But the coolest thing about it was I got to also voice Obi Wan for the Revenge of the Sith video game. Even cooler was they were making the game at the same time they were making the movie. So I got to see a lot of the film about a year before it came out. I mean, that was awesome! But, you know, there was one particular scene, because at the time they were asking me to match Ewan McGregor's voice as closely as I could. And there was one particular scene from the film that we had to recreate for the game that I'm told is really what locked me in as his double for the folks at Lucas. I remember I'd watch the scene over and again, they'd show it to me, and I got to the point where I could close my eyes, picture Ewan McGregor, and have the voice come out here. It was great. It was like I was a kid again, and I was reliving all these fantasies of voice actor.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
Now that is one cool Jedi there, I must say. So now whenever Obi Wan is called for, I do my best to pay proper tribute and respect to the great Sir Alec Guinness. He's on the road you're looking for. And the fantastic Ewan McGregor. I have a bad feeling about this. But now, as I mentioned, thank you, you're much too kind. As I mentioned, my work as Obi-Wan started as a voice double for Ewan McGregor. And so much of my work as a voice actor is doubling celebrities when they're not available. And through the years of working on some of the biggest movie franchises and some of the biggest names, I found that, well, we all come from the same place. What I mean is, all voices are tones, and you can essentially get from one tone to the next by adding a little depth or giving a little texture, raising the pitch, or giving it an accent, you know? Let me give you a better demonstration. Well, okay, let's just start with my regular voice. What is my regular? That's a good question. What is my regular voice? Well, oh yes, it's somewhere around here. Now, if we change just small aspects of my regular voice, we find that there are many actors whose voices are very similar to mine. One that I recently discovered, which is really cool because I love the show, is Michael Emerson from Lost. You remember? He played Benjamin Linus. And they had such a way of talking that everything he said sounded a little creepy. Just a little off. Now, if we take the creep out and make him a little more folksy, you get Ron Howard. If you take that and make it a little soul, you get Justin Timberlake. And now it's becoming like a social network of voices. Use some wizardry and the British accent, you get Daniel Radcliffe. If I give a little twang, you get yourself Matthew McConaughey. Shift it over just a little, you get Christian Slater. If you drop down in tone, is Jack Nicholson. Bring it back up and seem less interesting, you get David Spade. And you are, oh, I'm McLovin. And I totally sound like, well, wait a second, I'm here again, Doc. Well, this is heavy, so let's drop it down in tone. And you get Shia LaBeouf. Oh, wait a second, I'm Bruce Lee to tell me my car is a robot. Oh, this is like unbelievable. You know, I gotta go tell Sandy, because, you know, it's crazy the way these voices intertwine. And the way I break out my sentence structure is not like dissimilar to a smarter than the apple pie. Ruffy boy. Hey, Fred, you know where there is, Sandy. To properly connect the voice
voices. You just gotta.
You talking to me? Huh? You talking to me, Gunga Gunga?
Well, if I'm curving you, I'm sorry. It's just, I love you, Spartacus.
Oh, Yogi, I'm going to tell Mr. Ranger he's going to have to make him off with a can of fuse. Oh, yeah, like a can of spinach.
Well, blow me down and hoo-ha, you know what I mean? You ever notice how Pacino's slowly turning into Jimmy Kotowski from Taxi? Okay, I mean, great Scott! There's a direct correlation between voices. This is temporal experiment number 1. If you take Dr. Emmett Brown and teach him karate, you get Hong Kong Fooey, number 1 super guy. Give him a British accent and you get John Hurt. Take away the accent and bring it down to almost a whisper, and it's Jack Palance. Actually, I think it's Eastwood, Monk. Well, go ahead, make my voice.
Well, now, that depends on your definition of the word voice. Because if you give mine a surfer twang, you get Nicolas Cage, who always starts a voice right here, but by the end, he gets really hot and way up here.
And you know, that's kind of like Frank Caliendo doing John Madden, or Dana Carvey doing Regis Philbin. He's out of control.
Not gonna do Dana Carvey doing George Bush Sr. Be prudent, and gonna do Dana Carvey doing Johnny Carson. And if I wanted to do the real Johnny, I'd drop him down and throw him right about there. Right? Hi-oh, all right, there you go. Or is it actually, yeah, all right. It's not Johnny Carson, though. It's Catherine Jack Sparrow.
Who's also a chocolatier. Oh, and this made me madder than a hatter, Alison.
Oh, that's funny with the matter and the hatter and the...
Whoa. Funny how? Funny like a clown, like I'm here to amuse you? Because I'm not a clown. I'm a chicken hawk and you're my chicken.
No. Wait a second, boy. I'll say, I'm not a chicken. I'm a therapist, son. What you need is a checkup from the neck up. Because it's an inconvenient truth. And I like a box of chocolates. I like the ones with the peanut. That's how it starts. And then there's running and screaming. And then
It's like me in a relationship. It's a knowing situation. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because I sound like you sound like me. If we take our horses sideways, we get Paul Giamatti. Or is it Paul Reiser? You know what I'm saying? But the question is, who are all these people? Who are they? So it's like, hey, Scoob, all these crazy voices like blend together.
It's tricky. Tricky it is, yes. Near and far. Right, Ricky, did you say tricky? Because I gotta tell you, I get no respect at all. If I did, that'd be great. Yes, yeah, but don't do.
Zulu, Judy, get me off this crazy thing! Heavens to Murgatroyd, exit stage lefty, but humana,
Alrighty then, bring it around town. Okay. As a matter of fact, we got a great show for you tonight. That's all the time we have. So, that's all, folks.
Spending time with you, James, is the time that can seem almost dull. If it is my transmission is breaking up, enjoy the message of weekends, everyone. I'm there to be with you. Always.
All right, Master Kenobi, thank you so much. May the force be with you. Boy, that's going to be some long distance, Bill, huh? Sorry, Disney. Okay, well, what a great time we've had, huh? And, we really only got to scratch the surface. In well over 2.5 decades of working in entertainment, I've been very blessed to be some pretty iconic characters. And I got to tell you, it's always, to me, about pursuing your dreams. And that's the whole point of this show tonight, is for you to be encouraged to pursue whatever dream you have in your heart right now. Because every single one of us has one. And at different times in our lives, people may say you can't do it, or you yourself may tell you can't do it. But I'm here to tell you, you can. And I would hope that each one of us would pursue our dreams. You know, it's going to seem impossible for you at times. You're going to seem like you don't want to do it, you're going to want to quit. I'll give you a little story. About 6.5 years ago, I was doing great as a voice actor. I just got the job of Fred Flintstone. We were about to start production on Clone Wars. I had just got Johnny Test. I was in the middle of filming the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And then I had a little run-in with some toxic mold, and I woke up one morning and found I had no voice anymore. And for about a year, I had to retrain myself, because the doctor said there was a good chance that I probably would never get back to the full range that I had before. So I had to regroup, because this was not in my plan. This was not part of the dream. But I did. And that's why I'm here to tell you, you can do it too. Whatever walls you're hitting, they'll release if you stick to it. Because if I had given up like I wanted to at times, well then somebody else would be up here doing all those voices and providing the voice of that guy, and that wouldn't be fun for me, right? So please pursue your dreams. Please go after them. I was always the smallest kid in my class. Every year, no matter what, it was me. And I never knew that I would grow up one day to be the biggest caveman around and two of the coolest Jedi Knights I might have. So pursue those dreams. Go after them. Because remember, you heard a lot of different people here today, right? But it was all just
one throat, many voices. You have been witness to the vocal daredevil, the magician of mimicry, the little guy with a big voice in the little panic room.
talking to myself. Thank you so much.